Good evening, and welcome to another edition of the HGP Sportscast. I am Stanford Howard with your September 2nd sports stories. Thanks for joining us. We start off this evening with the Hero Caribbean Premier League. ExxonMobil and Guyana Amazon Warriors have partnered for the third time as the Hero Caribbean Premier League is set to bowl off this week at Providence. More in this report. The Marriott Hotel was transformed to a cricket fan zone on Monday morning, with the majority of the team and technical staff being present. The Warriors, who is the only team to have been able to reach multiple finals in the history of the tournament, is depending heavily on its team, which has 8 locally based players, including Kimo Paul, Shemron Hetmeyer, and Sheffron Rutherford. Omar Khan, who is the team manager, noted that the Guyana Amazon Warriors have always made it a point to support the young cricketers in Guyana.
And through the great help of ExxonMobil, we have been able to help these young cricketers develop into better human beings. And we have always included a number of young Guyanese players in our training squad and as part of our squad to compete. This year we have done nothing different. And we have in our squad a number of young Guyanese players who are going to make a name for themselves. And many of you who are following the cricket will know that last year we put on show young Sheffron Rutherford for the CPL for Guyana Amazon Warriors. And little did you know, before he knows himself, he's wearing gold chain, earring, and driving BMW.
He added that 2 of the Guyana's under 19 players are also a part of the squad. This was a commitment made by Cricket West Indies and CPL. Also in the lineup is a student that played in the university tournament between the UWI and the University of England. Zulkifar Ali, who represented the owner of the Guyana Amazon Warriors, said he's very pleased with the squad and expressed confidence that the team would bring the title home this year.
Support our boys here in Guyana as well as the games that they'll be playing away. And once again, a lot of thanks to Exxon for truly sponsoring the team, being a good model corporate citizen. And I think I can speak on behalf of every Guyanese to say thank you very much to Exxon for their support.
ExxonMobil's country manager Rod Henson, who was also present at the Guyana Amazon Warriors media launch, said it has been a long wait for the CPL, which is finally here. He opined that the tournament couldn't have come at a better time, alluding to the ability of the sport to unite people for the love of the game.
Guyana loves cricket. We all know that. And this is something that we all can come together for. We can all get behind the Amazon Warriors and root for this team. I remember last year in the playoffs, right here, National Stadium down in Providence, very steamy night against Trinidad. Very close match. It came down to the wire. We needed 3 runs on 2 balls, and then we got a 6 on the next to last ball to put us into the finals.
He highlighted that ExxonMobil represents the diversity of Guyana. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. The biggest party in sports begins here on Thursday. HGP Sports' Jaden Samuel met with the Warriors at the Marriott Hotel, who faced the St. Lucia Zouks on Thursday.
Having reached the finals 4 times and finishing at the semi-final level on 2 occasions, how will the 7th edition play out for the Warriors? Despite fielding a relatively young side this time around, inclusive of 8 home players, the players are confident of doing well and more so getting past the finals this year.
We have a really balanced team. Our batting is really good, our bowling is really good as well. Our team is really good in our conditions. So hoping starting Tuesday we can see that. But we have a really balanced team.
Well, it's obviously, it's an achievement in itself, getting to the final 4 times. No other team's done it, and Guyana is obviously unfortunate not to get over the line yet. But I think this year we've got the team to do it all over again and go one step further. We've got some exciting local players that obviously made a name for themselves last year, and Shemron Hetmeyer and Sheffron Rutherford. But I think there's some new faces that will add a lot to this group, and I think having Shoaib for the full tournament as well as our captain is something that provides that solidarity of platform. So I'm really excited and looking forward to the first game.
The Amazon Warriors will play their opening game against the St. Lucia Zouks on Thursday. Then they will play St. Kitts Patriots on Saturday before taking on Barbados Tridents on Sunday. The Zouks is scheduled to touch down in Guyana on Tuesday. Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport.
In football news, Dynamic Football Club escaped the lawmen and Santos Football Club dominate Black Pearl Football Club to start off the 4th annual Limacall tournament. More in this report.
At the weekend, football fans converge at the Ministry of Education ground Carifesta Avenue to witness two exciting clashes of the opening doubleheader of the Limacall football tournament. In the first matchup of the evening, Dynamic Football Club took on Police FCB at 1900 hours. Things didn't go well for the lawmen. Just a minute after the whistle saw one of the biggest blunders any footballer could make when Amiki Bunton scored an own goal to put Police behind. The match saw numerous failed attempts at goal from both ends, with the advantage eventually being handed to the Dynamic Football Club going into the second half. The second half was a stalemate, with neither team being able to penetrate the defense, as the attacks by the lawmen were futile. In the second match, Santos Football Club, which was the crowd favorite of the evening, didn't disappoint their fans, with Brandon Solomon sacking the first of the 3 goals in the 27th minute, the only goal in that half, with the other 2 goals coming in the second half from Bevan Magarel in the 46th minute, just after the resumption of play. A late one from Rondell Peters in the 75th minute handed Santos a strong opening start in Group D.
For me, it was a little difficult in the first half going against the breeze. But thank God we get a goal in the first half and we came out victorious. But in the second half now we try to force the play a little too much. But good thing with defensive work that we practice in training, I feel we did really excellent. But to the next game we feel we have to work on the attacking aspect of the team. But other than that, thank God we come out victorious.
The tournament continues on Tuesday at 1900 hours when Mahika Determinators will take on Pili, and at 2100 hours Beacons will go up against Port Drawing. For Hgp Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
More football news. I'm here to create an opportunity for local players on the international market. These were the words of the new head coach of the Golden Jaguars, Marcio Maximo. The details in this Jaden Samuels report.
Introducing himself to local football recently, Maximo mentioned that it makes no sense if during the process an opportunity is not created on the international market.
We know that the potential was here, but we need to develop, we need to give a chance, we need to create a chance, especially for our youth players to play, to open international market for us. No make sense if you don't go to this line, hope to use international market. You know, you need to renew this international market and to put challengers, not for foreign players, even for our youth players. Everybody should since now will have proud to play national team and they give values for it. I follow the youth programs here, the coach, youth coach, together my TD, my staff. I'm very happy what I saw.
After sweetening his resume here for 1 year as the head coach of the Golden Jaguars, Michael Johnson resigned from the post to accept a position in England. Johnson, 46, during his 1-year tenure, mustered 2 wins, losing to Suriname, French Guyana 2-1, Haiti 3-1, Bermuda 1-0, the USA 4-1, Panama 4-2, while drawing with Barbados 2-all and Trinidad and Tobago 1-all. Adding to Johnson's credit, he would go down as the first coach to qualify for the senior men's team for the first major tournament in the sport, the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Meantime, it will be interesting to see what Maximo has under his belt, since he made it very clear that inclusion of international players into the national team is good, but more emphasis will be placed on the emerging talents here.
You can't depend only on the foreign players. Of course, foreign players are very important for us because they open market for our local players. But not only it. You should create the system that you can use our youth players as well and open another door for them. That's why I'm here. I repeat that I'm really, really very happy to be to be here, and I hope that in near future we start to do some, add something. I don't come here to change. I came here to add something for Guyana football. I hope that everybody fans the football or not, that come to give support for our team. We need it. I hope that, like you saw, the guys do a lot of effort here, and I think that they deserve this support.
The next assignment for the Jaguars is the upcoming CONCACAF Nations League. Jadon Samuels, HGP Sport.
And finally, in football, Golden Jaguar shortlisted squad for the Aruba and Jamaica matches announced. Samuel Gillis has more.
With the aim of fostering continuous exposure and development of young Guyana-based football players on the international field, newly appointed head coach of the Guyana senior men's national team, commonly known as the Golden Jaguars, Marcio Maximo, has shortlisted a 20-man squad to play the first two matches of the CONCACAF Nations League against Aruba and Jamaica. The squad, which includes 10 Guyana-based players, also comprise 3 goalkeepers, 6 defenders, 6 midfielders, and 5 forwards. Of course, I have been here just 10 days, and while that time was not enough, I have been able to see the characteristics of the players to provide a good combination of Guyana and international-based players in the squad, said Coach Maximo in an invited comment following the announcement of the squad. A 31-man Guyana-based provisional squad has been in training at the GFF's National Training Center Providence for just under a month in preparation for the CNL. Guyana's first match is scheduled for September the 6th against Aruba in Curacao. Guyana will then play the first of 3 home matches against Jamaica on September the 9th at the National Track and Field Center, Lenora, from 1900 hours. The team departed local shores on Monday, and the international-based players will join the squad in Curacao for encampment before the first match. For HGP Sport, I am Samuel Gillis.
Thank you, Samuel. That concludes our sportscast for this evening, but do remember, never say never, because limits like fears are often just an illusion. I do bid you farewell until next time. Over to you, Handel. Goodbye.